Welcome back, everybody. This is the Jonnymar, and I am continuing with Final Fantasy III for the PSP. So this is it. We have done it. We have reached the end of our journey. In my last episode, we took out the Cloud of Darkness once and for all, and now we are getting the final scroll of the Epilogue as well as the credit roll. So the Void brought forth everything: light and darkness, the crystals, life itself, and a force called hope. And then some stuff happened, and now we're back to where we are now. Mainly, this balance between light and darkness was broken, and when that happens, 4 heroes are chosen to restore that balance. It's a pretty common theme in most of the Final Fantasies, although some of them have gotten away from that idea. You must find the power within to prevail. Well, we did. We found the power within, we found hope, but mainly we found lots of enemies to kill so that we could grind up our levels. So no more somber music, now we get happy music as we return back to the world of light from the world of darkness. We survived. And I like that they are still all in their job classes. I especially like that Ingus is still a bard, because it really helps me to imagine that he gave up his life of being a temple knight and went around and just started singing about the heroes of light. Perhaps with somebody at his side. But thank you, Gramps. We did succeed. And you were a big help. I mean, you all didn't really do that much. I guess Desh did quite a bit. Protected the floating continent. Helped us out a little bit in battle. Had a fake out death in true Final Fantasy tradition. I'm not sure how they're getting out of this room, considering we could not get out of it. But oh well. I think it would be very appropriate if we got into a random battle here while the airship is traveling. But I guess you could argue maybe now that the Cloud of Darkness and Xandy are gone, there are no more enemies in the overworld. All the monsters perhaps are gone. So now we're going to drop off each of these people back at home. So we have to head back to Amur and drop off Gramps, and then we'll have to go back to all of the other cities and drop off the rest of them as well. So you're back with your twins. That must have been a heck of a birth, to give birth to all 4 of those. Yeah. We know who to call. And it's not the Ghostbusters. But you all should continue to train and stay ready, just in case the world needs you. You never know. You might be the next heroes of light. So where to next? We have to drop off King Alice back in Saronia. Shouldn't be too far to get there. You have to really show us entering each of the locations with that pseudo 3D effect. Kind of looked mostly 2D there. They didn't do a very good job on making it look 3D, in my opinion. But Alice is back on the throne to take care of Saronia. I mean, it's true. You didn't really do a ton, Alice. You gave us a ship, which we did need. And I guess you helped us out in that final room before we went into the World of Darkness. Other than that, you were mostly useless. But at least you helped give Ark some courage. A big wave as we head out. So now I guess we're going to head back to Canaan. And we have to now show the airship moving too. I guess they wanted to make it clear that we switched over to the Nautilus. At least it's the Nautilus, which moves a little bit more speedy. But we're going to head back to the floating continent, because the rest of us are from there. So we have to drop off Sid. I don't know what Desh is going to do. And then the rest of our party has to go back to the first two towns in the area. Yes, I'm sure Mrs. Sid is missing you. Wait, you're getting off here too, Desh? I wonder why. Unfinished business of the sexual variety. But yeah, we're completely daft. We have no idea what you're talking about. Ah, you have to see Selena. And Refia is quite happy about that. So if you had to guess, which of them do you think Refia might have ended up with herself? I'm not sure. I would say probably Luneth. But maybe Ark. Or heck, maybe someone else. Maybe she just ends up as an old cat lady. Alright, so we're back in Canaan. Let's see what they have to say. Mrs. Sid and Selena. Probably will be quite happy to see them again. Aw, how cute. Public displays of affection. And there's Selena. Promise me you won't leave ever again. I don't know, Desh just really looks like Cloud in this scene to me. His mannerisms, and then of course his little shoulder armor as well. Why must you be so inappropriate? Well, he missed you. The little head scratch there also seems very Cloud-esque. Well, Desh, you just promised you wouldn't ever leave again. So I'm guessing Selena's gonna have to crack that whip. And not in the sexual way. But maybe. I don't know. You two can do whatever you want on your own time. He'll probably sneak off, I'm sure. I'm sure we'll be back. I mean, we don't have anything else to do, and it's not like Luneth or Ark really have a job at this point. Refia might go back to smithing, as she says here. She has to train to be a good smith to thank her dad. But Luneth and Ark really don't have occupations anymore. Maybe they'll become the elders of the town. Once their parents, their adopted parents, pass away. At some point in the far future. So Sarah and Ingus will go back to the castle, or maybe not. I guess Sarah wants to go adventuring a little bit longer. Not sure why Ingus has that little ribbon on his tunic there. What is that exactly doing? It's not holding up his pants because his tunic is over it. Seems a little unnecessary. But Sarah expresses herself. She says, I care for you, and I want to stay with you and travel a little bit more. So they're totally going to hook up. She's going to follow him around as he sings our praises across the world. But now it's back to Ur. Guess we also have to drop off Refia, but we'll get to that. Maybe we just let her walk home. Nope, she's coming with us to Ur. Alright, so the final stretch here. We gotta say our pleasantries to the rest of the citizens here, the villagers, and then we gotta call it a game. We'll watch the credit roll, and then after the credits roll, you can save your game, your cleared data, and then unlike some other Final Fantasy remakes, I'm looking at you, Final Fantasy 1 on the PSP. It's okay to save over your file if you want to with the cleared data, because you will just start outside of the Crystal Tower again, and be able to do essentially anything you haven't finished to that point. Final Fantasy 1, if you saved over your save file with your cleared data, you had to start the game entirely over. So you wanted to do all of the extra dungeons in that game before you beat the final boss. Oh, she wants to give you a kiss, Ingus. Sarah, come on. Don't be a prude. But we are not done. We have a few more things to do. So in the remakes, they did add a special dungeon, the secret dungeon, that requires quite a bit to unlock. I've talked a little bit about that previously, but we'll do a bonus episode where I talk about the requirements yet again. Ah, who turned up the brightness? This isn't me. I didn't do this in editing. The crystals are back, and the light is now overwhelming. My eyes. But we have some level grinding to do before we can take on that secret boss, because it is the most difficult boss in the game, as is the case with most Final Fantasies with the optional bosses. So it is level 81, and your party members need to be on par or stronger than that level in order to stand a chance. So in between episodes, between now and my bonus episode, I'm going to be doing quite a bit of level grinding, getting up to at least level 80, maybe a little bit higher. And then we will take on that optional boss in a bonus episode. What I won't be doing is mastering every class. I'm not going to be mastering the Onion Knight class specifically, or getting all the Onion Knight equipment. That is just a major grind and slog, and it's not something I'm really interested in doing, considering we are basically done with the game. But we will do the optional secret dungeon and the secret boss. And I also want to do a bonus episode showing off all of the summon spells in the game. So all three forms of each of the summon spells. The white and dark version, and then the summon version. So that's coming as well, once we defeat the optional secret boss. But overall, quite a fun game. I don't really like the job system as much as Final Fantasy V's. They really did perfect it in Final Fantasy V. There are some weaknesses to it in this game, but it certainly is nice that they incorporated it here and made it a bit of a tradition going forward. You can switch out and change jobs, at least in some of the games. The story is okay. Certainly more of a narrative than Final Fantasy 1, and I would argue Final Fantasy 2 as well, especially with the elements they added in this remake, compared to the original NES version. Sound is fantastic, graphics are good, especially in the remake, and the gameplay is pretty solid. So overall, I would recommend it. It's definitely worth playing. I would say it's the best of the first 3 NES games, and the best of the 3 remakes as well. So if you can find a copy, it is easily available on Steam, both in the 3D remake as well as the Pixel Remaster, which gives you the original experience of the Famicom version, updated with an English translation. I have yet to play that version, but I certainly will someday. Hopefully when it comes to console, because as of this recording, it is still only available on PC. The PSP version is only available as a download through the PSP Store, which is no longer accessible, I don't think. Although you might still be able to access it via the Vita, I'm not sure, or the PS TV. I haven't tried that recently. but I know it's shut down on the PSP itself. But you can also play the DS version, although all of the extra content has been locked away on that version because it is no longer possible to use the online features. Although you might still be able to use the pass feature. I'm not exactly sure. But as always, viewers, thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking out this series over the long time it's taken to finish it. I hope you've enjoyed the journey. I appreciate the continued support. And I will see you all in my next couple of episodes of bonus for this series as we finish things up. And then we'll move on to another game in the Final Fantasy series, which will be Final Fantasy IV. So long. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please press like and leave a comment below. Please also subscribe to my channel and press the notification bell. See you next time.